Serve great food is to create memories for your customers.
But it takes more than luck.
It takes consistency, creativity, and the drive to see things through.
And every day, the stakes are high, which means it's time to stand up
from your computer and start getting real. To own your kitchen is to own your bottom line.
This is the real world. And now...
This is the real world. And now...
This is the real world.
And now is the time to foodify your business.
All right, here we go. We got another challenge this week. This time we're going to go a little more with the fine dining aspect of it, right? A nice fresh steak versus a frozen steak that the restaurant supply store sells that a lot of these restaurant owners are buying, but it holds so much water, you can't really get a good sear. So we're going to prove that today, that the fresh is cheaper and much better.
Yeah, we do see that a lot. I think we've proven it before on some of the items similar, that the fresh is going to just be a greater product, a better price point, and a better yield to it. So we'll see if that follows. So, welcome back to F Your Business Podcast. We're excited to get going today, and we're going to get some ingredients.
We got our shopping list here, and we'll see you inside. Well, Scott, I'll tell you one thing. You can't make a chimichurri sauce for a nice steak without some limes.
Nice. Good start.
Yeah, you have a little acid in there. Nice limes here. It's 5 for $2. You might as well go for a mother load there for all 5. Maybe make a margarita.
There we go. We'll go ahead of our next episode.
Let's see what else we need. Got some nice cilantro here.
So what are you doing to pick it? Anything specific?
Make sure it's kind of standing up and have anything that looks kind of like this on it. That means they want to do all this looks like a bunch of punch.
Okay.
Of course, a little wet, but we only need 1 bunch for what we're doing. But we're going to need some rosemary as well. This way we cook the steak down. We're going to use a little bit of rosemary also for the herb butter. There's a couple items off the list right here. Let's see what else we got to get. Alright, Scott, here we're going to get some nice scallions, nice green onion. It's going to go in the chimichurri as well. This chimichurri sauce can go on anything too. It's like chicken, steak, fish. This is a winner. So, usually put a nice jalapeno in there. So chimichurri, give it just a little kick. I take the seed out. But I want to go with a Fresno because of the color. I'm going to add a Fresno. It's got about the same heat, but the color I was going to pop in that little chimichurri. It's all green. So I'll put a little red in there and really make it pop. This chimichurri is going to be delicious. Let's go. All right, we got everything we need. We're ready to pick up the steak at the restaurant supply store. Now, we got everything we need. They're already in the kitchen, the steak. So we'll see you in the kitchen. All right, here we are in the kitchen.
Back to the kitchen with some steaks.
They're here.
They are here.
So the big thing that this is really not a challenge, right? Because it's steak against steak. I'm making, some toppings for it. So all we want to get across is, one, the frozen is not better. It's not less expensive. The fresh is much better and much cheaper.
Well, we figure it's, Labor Day week, so it's time to people throwing some stuff on the grill. We already did the hot dog challenge. We already did the burger challenge. We figured, hey, to end summer off, let's throw some steaks on the grill. And like you said,
we're not going to throw them on the grill. We're going frying pan.
Well, we're not throwing them on the grill.
I wish we were throwing them on the grill, but we're going to go frying pan. We're still working. We're still going to be sweating. So, we're going to just do it this way, right? We're just going to break down a couple things about them, like I like to point out. So here's the fresh steak. Look at the color of it compared to the frozen. Right, it's got a grayish color to it. It's not the same vibrant red that we have here. This is supposed to be the same cut of meat, New York strip. Okay, here on the left, the frozen steak, this is what you call an end cut. You look in here, you see all the gritty in here, the veins running through. There's no way you're eating that or chewing through it. Okay, then you see how long it is. That's how you know it's an end cut. You come over here to this one. It's nice. The marblezation's really nice in there, and it's got a nice eye right there, and the color.
Yeah, no, it was great. I think in terms of we look at a lot of our restaurant or operators, is a ton of restaurants bring in frozen steaks.
Because everybody's trained that frozen's cheaper.
Right.
Oh, and it's the same. Don't worry, it's fresh frozen.
Right.
It's still frozen.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's fresh or not. It's frozen. You know, it's okay. You live at home. Like, listen, at my house, I'll buy the whole piece.
Right.
I cut them down and I freeze them.
Right.
That's okay because it's my house. But if I'm going to the restaurant, I don't want to come in out of the freezer.
Well, a lot of people are charging for steaks now, and I think
Right.
and we'll get into that later on some of the costs. But I mean, it just we're already seeing some water weight from the defrost, right? We already lost some weight along the way.
Already,
So we're going to see more once it's cooked, where it's going to cook down to.
And-
My guess is lose some more.
So I've never cooked with a frozen steak. Like I've cooked with them at home, but I usually grill them.
Right.
Okay. Never go really to the pan. I go to the grill.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Any place I work, we never use one.
Okay.
I don't know that's going to get the same sear this gets. Just like we come with the cheesesteak and the burger.
Right.
We couldn't get the sear on because the water just is too much and it boils
Yeah.
and not sear. So I don't know. We're going to see what happens. But
Yeah.
I think it's going the same thing. I think it's going to boil in its own water.
We did throw this one out because it just would have been way
There's
impossible
no way to do a
cook a frozen steak.
No,
So we did
no.
throw it out. We
The
did
middle
that.
would have been an ice pop. Might as well put it on
Yeah.
a stick and let Mr. Softy sell it. There was no way it would have worked.
Exactly. So yeah, let's see what we got. Let's do
So
it.
what we did already is I made an herb butter. All simple, little green scallion and rosemary. That's it. Scott, press that in the fridge for me, please. All right. So that's one of the toppings we're going to do. That's a simple one, but it just really adds something to the steak. The other one I want to do is a chimichurri. There's too many different ways to make this.
Okay.
Okay? I mean, you can drive yourself crazy. I like it just with cilantro, a little bit of green onion, some lime, salt and pepper, olive oil, garlic, and I put a hot pepper in.
Okay.
Okay? I could use a jalapeno, I'll use an Italian long hot, or today I'm going to use a Fresno because I like the color.
All right.
All right? So
Let's do it.
yeah, let's got to do it. So let's start here. All right, might as well start with the garlic, right? We get this diced up real nice. You just want to make sure you get a small. Nobody wants to bite into a huge chunk of garlic. In nice small pieces, and we're running knife through it again. What I'll do, I just like to put little slices in these. Let's slice them down, and then we'll run the knife through it again. That's that.
Easy enough so far.
Easy enough. I mean, listen, and again, I talk about it all the time. Anytime I'm cooking, I love what I'm doing. I put love into it. I'm not going to rush through it. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to get this garlic to the right size. That's the ingredient not everybody has. You could cook something, I could cook something, the same exact ingredients and follow the recipe to the T.
Right.
But you don't put love, mine will be better every time. You got to put love in it. You got to love it. All right. I could have just left it the way it was, but you know what? It wouldn't have been as good.
I think there'd be other reasons why yours would be better than mine, but we'll go with the love. We'll go with the love part. The love, it's the love part.
I mean, I don't know. We've been doing this for a while. I haven't seen him cook anything yet.
One of these days. One of these days.
Why is that? I'm going to come. I'm going to bring a chair and a cooler. I'm going to sit there and say, Scott, it's your turn. How about that? Maybe next week. Then I got cilantro. Just give it a nice rough chop down. All right, then I'll just give us a little run through like this. But it doesn't have to be. It shouldn't be tiny. It's just nice rough chop, just like this. It's just perfect. You want a little rustic.
A little chiffonade cut there. Huh?
Yeah, that's all. You just want a little rustic. And this, any protein. Chicken, fish, pork, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I use it on every protein. It's one of my favorites.
Well, I was looking at the restaurants, you said any sort of add-on sauce. We're talking about upcharges.
Right.
It can be just, hey, this sauce is an additional, whatever that number would be. And that's a great way to add some.
I would like to see them make it and put their restaurant name on it. And, whatever name your restaurant, chimichurri.
Right.
$1.50 on top of you, whatever the case is, right? Whatever you want to charge for it. I think it's maybe $2 at the most.
Sure.
Charge on top of any protein. It costs you, all this costs you maybe, I don't know, come out to about
Not
50,
much,
not much at
right,
all.
for a nice
Yeah.
big batch of it.
Yeah. So all right. So we got this far. Next thing we want to do is we want to add some olive oil. And this is not like a pesto, all right? It's a little more. You're going to have a lot of olive oil in it. Around, we got our salt and pepper now. I like that all to sit in the oil while I start getting everything else ready, like the lime and the pepper. Let's just start marinating that a little bit. And so measurement wise, you got to make it how you like it. You can't go by, because your limes are different during the year.
Right.
Your cilantro sizes are different. I just, pretty much anybody from a restaurant's gonna be able to do this by eye and figure out what it's supposed.
Sure.
They can make their own menu. Menu part out of it. I just start with my basic, which is technically one bunch, 2 limes, about a half of a bunch of green onion, a Fresno or a hot pepper, whichever one we're going to use. That's probably about a half a cup of olive oil to start.
Yeah, we're seeing, like I said, all these fresh ingredients.
Yeah.
It got a great smell already to it. The fresh
Right.
lime juice is awesome.
We'll roll here. Just need a spoon. That's going to give us a little mix of the limes in it now.
Right.
So just let this go around a little bit. I'm going to work with the Fresno for a minute. Fresno takes a little minute because I'm going to take out the seeds off half of it. So I'm going to take that out. I don't want to leave that in there. I want to have a little kick. I don't want it to run anybody's meal. Know what I mean?
Yeah, no, a little flavor to it, a little spice to it.
Right.
It's a spice of that meal they're gonna have. I think you're gonna get this nice little vibrant red color mixing with all the other green or even in there. So it's gonna be a nice addition to it.
So, and then these you definitely want to go small with. So now the other half there, I'm going to leave the hot seeds in.
I remember that trick from the guacamole on.
Yeah, leave that in. This looks small. All right, and they all go in. It's a great color. Jalapenos are green. They're good in it, but they don't add anything to it.
Right, not from a look standpoint.
Right.
It's, like you said, hey, you can put that in. You can put both in. You can do whatever. Right?
You can do whatever you
kind of spice you want to go with what menu items that you've already created.
Put whatever you want in it.
But overall, again,
This is
it's a pretty easy sauce.
It is. And again, this is just the basics. That's all.
Right.
Give me a foundation to work with. That foundation to work with right here. That's pretty much what you're going to have. I want to put a little more olive oil because, like I said, it needs to be a little bit loose. You don't want it like a pesto. And now this oil is getting all this flavor in it, so when that's over the steak or the protein, it just tastes unbelievable. So there you go. So I like to do this before the steak's cooked, so now this hangs out. And the longer this hangs out, the better it's going to be. All right. We're going to clean up and we're going to get cooking the steaks.
The foundation of our team is a shared objective. As specialists in the hospitality industry, we understand the importance of timely and accurate reporting for our clients, which has been made even more crucial throughout the post-pandemic industry recovery.
We truly believe our mission is to give back to business owners control of their finances so that they can make better decisions daily.
The way that we are consistently showing value to our clients is by speaking with them on a weekly basis. Not only do they have the relationship with their lead accountant, but they have the opportunity to meet with industry experts.
The truth is that things will never be like they were before 2020. But we believe that our weekly accountability model will help you adapt to the new reality and grow and evolve into an even better business in the years to come.
All right, so we get ready to put these into the pan. The oil's getting hot. We're getting ready. We want to season these before they go in. You know, it's again, I just want to bring attention to the nerve that runs through here. I just want people to be aware of what a steak should look like. That's not it, right? That usually used for ground meat or something. And it wasn't cheap. It was not cheaper than this nice center cut New York strip we have here.
Right. No, that's the thing. You're really not paying much difference in price from anything. I think our frozen one was actually a little more.
It was more
than our fresh one.
It was almost $5 a pound more.
Yeah. So I mean,
right.
I think that's where you're not only losing out on the quality side, you're losing out on a price side too. So
you know, you're definitely losing out bottom line here. Yeah. This nice eye right here. I mean, it's just the way it's supposed to look.
Right.
All right. So here we go. Let's get some salt and pepper. All right. Get it over.
Yeah, I like the both sides salt pepper.
Yeah.
When you get a thick, steak like this,
You need both sides, right?
You really need both sides seasoned. I think that's missed sometimes.
I think it's missed a lot. You need both sides of it.
Right.
Gotta have it ready. All right, so we're gonna go in over here. That's what you want to hear. That's what you want to hear. That's it. Exactly what you want to hear. So we're going to let it sear right here for a couple minutes. Once we flip them, we'll get a good sear again. Then we'll lower the heat. Going to add some herbs, some butter, some garlic, and then we're just going to baste it and cook it down. But it's going to take a couple minutes. So we're just going to let this go right here, right now. But just how you know it was at the right temperature, no stick.
Right. It took it nicely. You can see I see already. I can already see on both of them.
Yep. If we would have put this in cold oil or warm oil, would have stuck to the pan.
Yeah. I think it just shows you that.
There you go. That's what a sear should look like.
Yeah, it's perfect. I mean, I think it goes back to showing you that if you didn't have a flat top grill or you didn't have a broiler, you can still cook really great items with the equipment that you have. I think that's where you're seeing a difference on the frozen one. That it's getting a little, just already kind of shrinking down a little more. We're not really losing much on our fresh one.
Well, it's definitely a difference here. That's shrinking down. There's definitely water added. You see the water in there. It's splashing more. So once we get the good sear on this side, we're going to turn it down some. We're almost there. There's another minute there. And then we're going to turn the heat down. I'm going to add butter, garlic, herb, and then we'll baste it. And we'll baste it till it's done. I want to cook it to, I'm a rare to medium rare guy.
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
So that's what we're going to cook it to. Obviously, this one here is going to be done faster. It's so thin. Got that sear there. So I'm going to turn him down. I'm going to turn his down. I'm going to get some butter, and I'm going to get some rosemary in there. Just going to get some rosemary on top. Get the butter in there. Couple cloves of
so we're not going to say it's a healthy version of steak with that butter in there. All right.
Definitely not the healthy version. And here you go, right here. Wow, that's the sear you want. So we're going to turn this down. All right? Look how beautiful that looks. You can go to frozen steak.
Sure. Hey, you're still gonna, I bet when you're said and done with it, it's still going to have a nice flavor to it. But I think what we're showing still is you still have such a much better product than the fresh one.
Listen, the way we're cooking it, it's going to have a good flavor. There's no doubt about it. So now I'm going to get this over here. I'm just going to baste it up. Just keep basting it up. Right, the garlic's flavor and everything here, the rosemary's flavor and everything. Same thing here. Baste it up. That's it. We're going to cook it for a few minutes here. We're going to bring it to about 125 to 130. And then turn the temperature and we're going to take it off. That looks wonderful. Nice brown butter sauce right here. This ain't doing on the line. We go back and forth.
Look at that technique, though. Look at that technique you got on there. Making it look easy.
Let me get this down a little bit. Stay low, right there. Now we're just let it finish cooking. A lot of people go to the oven at this point. And they'll leave it in the oven for a few minutes. But I like to keep it right there. I like to keep basting it.
Okay. See that flavor coming in?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Is that a perfectly cooked steak or what?
It really is. It doesn't get any better than that.
No. So here's what we did. We cooked them exactly the same. I put the same love into both.
Right.
Right? This one I put an herb butter on. You see it melted down. And I put a little bit of kosher salt. Anytime you cut a steak open like this, you want to put a little flaky salt. Right? Sea salt, kosher salt. So I'm going to do that to this one right here. So I'm going to hit it with the nice chimichurri that I made. So I'll get that on there. I just want to hit it with some of this.
Wow. The color it gives the steak. Just look at it. It makes the whole dish really just kind of pop.
You send that out to a customer. What's going to happen? Huh?
Pretty delicious.
You're coming back for more.
You come back for more. And I think that's what we look at. So, does the frozen one look terrible? No, it does not. Right? It's not. Did we lose a little more shrinkage on it? We did.
But you can see the color in the sear.
Yes.
Right? That sear is gray.
Right.
We're getting a nice brown sear on the fresh. So there is, even though that looks good.
There is a difference. Oh, yeah. Yes.
And it was really, it was a little too thin for my liking. Like, I got it to a medium where I'm more of it, like right here, like closer to the rear. But it's so thin, you don't have a choice. You want to get that sear. But we're still right inside, still pink. It still looks good. I'm sure it's going to taste good. Right. I don't think it's going to taste bad unless you get that nervy piece.
Right.
You get that nerve, it's not going to be, you can't chew it, you can't swallow it.
Yeah, well, guess what? We're going to taste it right here. We're going to try it out.
Because we got the other ones ready for the crew to do their taste test.
We figure we got 2 steaks right here. We're not going to just let them sit and not.
When we cut this in half, Scott.
Yeah, perfect.
I'll take half of that. Right, we'll try it.
Yeah, it's got your garlic butter on there, so it's going to taste good.
It's got the herb butter, so as long as you don't get that nerve, which I took a centerpiece hoping we wouldn't. Well, I did. I got a nerve. But still tastes good.
Yeah, definitely.
The herb butter really
does. Really good. The sear is really nice. You can get the nice salt pepper flavor from when you put it on the beginning.
Problem is, I got a nerve. You can't swallow it. You can't chew it. You can't swallow it. You can't chew it. It's impossible. All right.
I was digging in.
You just take a whole one.
I'm not splitting this one with you.
This one we don't have to share. Perfect cook on it. Yeah, baby. That's dinner.
That's good. A little flavor from your sauce is great, and we saw what easy sauce that was, but it just gives it a great flavor to the steak.
Take a little Fresno pepper that I fried off. A little Fresno with the chimichurri sauce. You ain't gonna go wrong with this. Let me tell you.
Yeah, no, I mean, a fresh steak is definitely, even through all the sauce, through all the flavoring, fresh steak, it is better, right? It's a better steak. It's better quality. You can tell it's, it's a little bit thicker. You don't get as thin, so it just cooks a little bit nicer.
It's thicker. That sear is spot on. It's tender. I mean, it's another level. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I think, again, it comes down to where if you're paying more for this product, and I think that's where, if you really look at the difference of, really, we were talking about earlier, a lot of the restaurants are now serving some sort of steak. All those chain restaurants, from the Applebee's all the way to the Outback on Longhorn Roadhouse. Right. They're all doing it. There's a steak on their menu.
But they're not serving a prime choice.
No.
They're getting the lower grade.
Right.
And they're not realizing that they really are paying more for that. So coming in frozen. They're this cut here, which it doesn't taste terrible. It's just what you have to eat around.
It's not a bad product.
Right.
Overall. It's not, but to pay more for it, and then again, I mean, those places are now at, you see some of the specials or whatever, the LTOs, but they're $19 to $23 dishes. I mean, it's not going to wow me for $19, $22. Again, before the sauce off, because they're not putting that.
No, they're not doing that.
They're not doing that. So and it's not going to be as big as this. I mean, you're getting probably a 6-ounce
Usually 6 ounce.
7,
steak.
8, depending.
I mean, 8 if you're lucky, but it's usually 6 ounce. And sometimes they won't even bother going with like the end of the New York strip. They're going to go with a sirloin.
I would say that's probably the most one you see.
Right.
Like not like an Outback, but like the other restaurants.
Right.
Fridays or.
I mean, for me, a sirloin is something you slow cook. It takes time to break it down, make it tender, make a steak out. It's really tough. It's hard to eat. It's even hard eating that nerve that's in there.
Right.
So
So if you're going to put that on your menu, your restaurant, again, our goal is for you to elevate above what those other restaurants are doing. And I think that's where that elevates you as a.
We want to elevate them above it, right? But with that aside, this is more profitable and a better product to your guests.
Right.
Why wouldn't you want to use it? If it's going to put more money to your bottom line, it's definitely going to put more money to your top line because people are going to come in for it.
Right. That's the other part of it.
And it's just better. I can't see it. There's no argument for me to say I'm going to put this on my menu.
Right. Like we said, hey, if you had 2 of those steaks in your freezer at home because you know what, it was a Thursday night, there was nothing going on, you're like, you know what, I'm going to pull that out and I'm going to put on the grill. It'll be fine.
Whatever you want to do, because you're at home. If you want to keep pulling the nerve out of your mouth and throwing it away, it's okay. But when you sit at a restaurant, you have to do that. You feel like, people are looking at me.
And you're trying to charge
swallow.
$30 to $35 for a steak.
Well, you can actually charge less for this and make more.
Right.
It blows my mind. Well, I think this is, once again, another successful challenge.
Right.
Now, we got to see what the people think.
Sure.
Because, that nerve ran all the way through. I just saw it before it was cooked. I thought maybe we could get a centerpiece without one, but we didn't. I got the nerve.
Got it.
So when somebody's eating that, they're going to know.
Right.
Right? Like, this is not the same as this one. Once they eat it, this one melts in your mouth.
Right, exactly.
Right.
That's where it wasn't a bad product, but it just didn't give you the same flavor.
And they don't look the same. This here is beautiful. This here is more foil. I'm happy it got a sear on it because I didn't think it was going to.
Right.
So I'm happy.
You still have some of that water in from that when you thaw it. You know it's thawed.
I kind of think it's just because I'm such a good cook. I got a sear on it.
Right. It's fair. It's fair. We can all agree.
I'm going to say it was me.
That's the.
Somebody's got to take the credit. Might as well be me.
Might as well be you. But again, just trying to translate this. So everything you guys do is, hey, get creative, put some cool sauces, make it your own. Yeah. But then again, let's think outside the box. Just because you bring in a case of frozen sirloins for as long as you've been open, or as long as you remember, change it around. You know what I mean? Bring a fresh product and see if the staff, see if your customers see something different with that. And see if you see a better result from the like you said, top line and bottom line.
And nothing else, your sales, if they don't change at all, you're still going to push more money to the bottom line because it's cheaper.
Exactly.
So even if your sales didn't change, which I believe they will.
Sure.
You're going to push more money to the bottom line even if they stay flat the way they are because the product is cheaper.
Right. Exactly. So.
And as we go back to always, people are so scared to run out of anything on their menu.
Right.
Like, I can't run out of steaks. I want to freeze them. Right. You know what? I'd rather you tell me, I ran out and get more in tomorrow. Right. You know what? I'm sure someone's on your menu I want.
Right.
Especially if you run your restaurant that way. Yeah. That I'm keeping a fresh product. I sold out. Like, it was a crazy day. It was a crazy 2 days, whatever the case. Right? I mean, that's just what I believe. I would rather you tell me that you sold out and I'll pick something else off your menu.